Hi everyone, welcome to video 1 of 4 of the Growing Vegetables in Containers series. My name is Sally Cassady and I am the Food Systems Specialist for New Mexico State University's Ideas for Cooking and Nutrition program. If you are interested in taking free nutrition and gardening classes in the state of New Mexico, check out our website at ICAN.NMSU.edu. So today I'm going to talk all about growing vegetables in containers, and the first step that we want to focus on is choosing the container. And I like to be thrifty, so I'm going to focus on creative ways that you can use containers, get containers, instead of just going to the store and buying them. So the first thing that I want to talk about are food containers. You can grow fruits and vegetables in old food containers that are plastic. Cardboard might fall apart eventually. You could try, but it might break down eventually. You can use the pots that plants came in from the nursery. If you don't have these yourself, you can contact your local nurseries or garden center and see if they have any that can be donated. This is what I've done, is I've gotten those donated from a local nursery, ones that are much bigger than that one, and they were great. Also check out Craigslist, or your local thrift store may have containers that people don't want to use anymore. A favorite of mine are 5-gallon buckets. Cheap, like $5, and you can grow a lot because they're so deep. They make a great container. Behind me I have, these are feed tubs for cattle. So if you live somewhere and you know a cattle rancher, you could ask and see if you can get some that they don't use anymore. If you don't know a cattle rancher, ask around, see if you can find somebody who does. That's how I got these, is I asked around and found someone. And if we look here, I've got lettuce and squash growing in those, so great containers for that. And the last thing is, if you really wanted to, you could just get potting soil, like a bag of potting soil, and poke holes in the bottom, rip it open, and plant into that if you're planting stuff that doesn't need as deep of a space for its roots, which we'll talk about that in a second. So 2 things you need to do with any container. First, you need to clean it so that it's ready for your plant. And what I mean by that is use a bleach or hydrogen peroxide, so bleach water or hydrogen peroxide in water solution, to clean and disinfect that container. The other thing is, if we're using a container that doesn't have holes in it, like the yogurt container, we need to make drainage holes. So easy solution is, if you have a drill, great. I don't, so borrow one from friend, family, coworker, and drill holes for drainage. This is a 1/2-inch drill bit. We want to try and go for 1/2 inch if possible, and drill some holes in there for that drainage. So one more thing that I want to talk about is, bad containers, and then we'll talk about that last thing. This is an example of a container we do not want to grow in. No clear containers. Our roots like to be in the dark. They don't want to be in a clear container exposed to the light. The other thing is, think of, you don't want to use a container that had chemicals in it. So we don't want the chance of those chemicals going into our body through the food. So avoid kitty litter containers, tires, anything like that. Maybe like if you had a pool, you wouldn't want to use like a container that had pool cleaner in it or something. So avoid those. Use stuff that is food safe. And the last thing I want to mention is that we need to think about our depth. So what are we going to plant? If we need something that needs a lot of space for its roots, like a tomato, it's not going to grow very big in a container like this and won't do well. But if we are just growing lettuce, which is shallow rooted, it can grow in here. So think about that. We have a publication in the description that tells you how much space each plant needs to be able to grow, how much root space. So check out that and we'll talk more about how to choose what to grow in the next video. So until then, if you have any questions, comments, put them in the comment box below. Happy gardening, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!